So I posted this vegetable soup recipe as a short, I think some weeks back, and someone requested that I put a detailed recipe up because she really likes African or Nigerian soup. So here we go. Just look at that baby. Hey lovelies, I'm Jo Pepple and I create lifestyle, food and drama content on here. So if you've seen my video, if this is your first time, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. I would really appreciate if you subscribe, you like and you share. So to begin, I'll be marinating my meat. So I'm using some assorted along with beef, some liver, some pomo, that's cow skin, some onions, some blended pepper, scotch bonnet pepper and onions as well, and seasoning cubes with some salt and some palm oil to cook the meat. Now this palm oil just takes the meat from 0 to like 100 very quickly. So you want to stir that baby, stir, coat everything, combine everything together. That's what you want to do before you now cover it and let it cook in its own juice. See, I didn't add any water, just let it cook in its own juice. So now let's check on our meat. As you can see, it has cooked in its own juice. You could see that juicy stuff underneath. It brought out its own juice. So I'll just be adding some water because meat takes a lot of time. This beef takes a lot of time to cook. So you want your meat to be very tender. So when I added water, I knew that I needed to add some more salt because it's been diluted. So you taste. When you taste, you know. So I added the dry fish. I was using dried catfish for this. So now let's begin to cook our soup proper. The meat is already ready. So I'm adding fresh pepper, that's scotch bonnet pepper blended with some onions. Now for this soup you don't need to add water, right? So just let it cook, just the meat and the fish that you had cooked before. Add that pepper and let it cook. Just cover so your pepper will cook first. So my pepper is ready now, cooked with my meat. So you want to add crayfish, lots and lots of crayfish. They're just something crayfish does to your vegetable soup or your afang soup. So you want to cook with lots and lots of crayfish. So after letting the crayfish cook with the meat a bit and the pepper, now you're adding water leaf. Now this is what will give the soup its base. This is what will now give the soup that water. Do you understand? So this is the soup basically. So you want to add your water leaf, stir thoroughly, then allow it to bring out its own water. That's what this soup is, or that's what this leaf will do to the soup. It's going to give it water. So after adding the water leaf, I added some palm oil. Add depending on your ingredients basically. So I know the pot of soup, so I know the amount of palm oil to add. So you add based on, oh, this is the amount, or this is the size, or this is the, you understand. So I'm just stirring together to combine, then let it do its thing and give me that water in the soup. You want to stir thoroughly so that you can combine the crayfish, the palm oil, the fresh peppers, the meat, so everything just marries itself. So you can see now this is the water that the water leaf, as the name implies, has given to the soup. So you want to taste what you need to add. So I knew I needed to add some more seasoning and some salt. So now that's up to you. You want to taste your food. Oh, do I need to add more salt or do I need to add more seasoning? Now that's up to you. Now I'm just letting it cook a little bit more and I'm going in with my vegetable. Now this is ugu. I think they call it pumpkin leaf. Yeah, that's the next vegetable I'll be adding to this soup. Now you don't want, as in from here, it's just sharp because you don't want to overcook your leaves. So I'll be adding the periwinkle. Now this is what they used to ask me, what's that blue thing? Well, they call it periwinkle. They use it for soup. So after that, I added my Okazi leaf as the final vegetable and some more crayfish. Combine that, allowed it to cook for like 1 minute, and boom, the vegetable is ready. I know vegetable soup mostly you just use water leaves and ugu leaves, but this is like a twist. I learned it from a friend, and trust me, if you cook your vegetable like this with Okazi, there's something it does to your soup. Anybody that has tasted this vegetable that I have made, they can testify that this vegetable is very different. So this is not a kind corn, this is just vegetable. I don't know the name. It's basically a mixture of water leaf, ugu leaves and Okazi. Now this soup, if you cook your soup like this, you will testify, trust me. Okay guys, I hope you learned a thing or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you in my very next video. Bye.